Welcome to H&G Adventures. Today, we
struggle with the freaking cheese bag.
Yeah, he's getting his butt kicked by a cheese bag. We're taking the Jeep out for its first little road trip. This is
since the engine major repair.
Yeah, this is a nice short trip. Nothing too major.
I think you guys have seen the wild grapes before.
Yeah, I think they've been up there before, but we haven't been up there in a little bit. I heard the road might be washed out from the flash flood, so it might be really interesting, or it might just be a road trip. But we're taking Kathy and Randy with us. And we're just going to take a cruise, so wish the Jeep luck. We've aired down.
Trailhead.
And we're at the trailhead. Not much of a trail, like I said, it's just kind of a road, but it might be washed out, so it might be interesting. We're just trying to be easy on her. First trip out. Our next trip will be a long trip. It's going to be a road trip. Many hours. Now. And we're going to go from Indian Springs, Nevada. Say again. I heard you. Did you hear me?
I did. Good.
Awesome. Our next trip, which is next weekend, we'll go from Indian Springs, Nevada to Alamo, Nevada, from the 95 to the 93. It's called Mormon Well Road. I've never been on it. It's just a dirt road, I've been told. There's not much out. I mean, there's a lot to look at driving wise. It's just a trail run. So we're bringing Mom and everybody we hope with us on that one. She's got the 05 power wagon, so she's all locked up and everything else. Not that she's ever used them before, but she's got them if she needs them.
Not true.
She's not afraid to drive it.
When we spread Dad's ashes, I turned on the
Just to see if it would work. Yeah, but she's never actually had to use them. She has used the winch a couple of times.
She loves that. She really does. You get this 5-foot tall woman in a 12-foot tall truck. Using the winch.
Tuesday's video last night, so it's ready to go.
Well, should have been a short one anyways.
Yeah, it was pretty short. I had to switch cameras back and forth a little bit at the beginning because that one camera, and that was because we used that bigger SD card. I'm sure that's what it was. But I had that problem with it before. You got to turn it on and then plug everything into it. And as you can see, I don't have that problem here. So I don't know, something about those cards, those larger cards, it just doesn't like it with the microphone. In my mouth. Had enough?
Pretty much, yeah. I could always eat more cheese. Probably could.
Your colon would appreciate it.
Can you put that in one of those bags, Kitty? That one doesn't close properly.
It doesn't close at all.
Right? That's what I said.
I forgot to stick that used oil over. So I just stuck it over there. And they'll try to remind me on the way home to drop it off at O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's. You didn't do it. Slowly leaning forward. Got a taller one on there before, didn't we?
Oh, maybe.
It seems to be pointing more at my steering wheel now than it used to.
You certainly can't see over your hands.
Yeah. I thought it was taller before. I'm trying to figure out which one we used before. You got one that's actually taller or not?
Well, the one I tried to hand you was about a half inch taller, but that's about it.
right. You don't look like they've had much water at all.
Maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot.
But all the flooding pretty much came from the other side of the valley.
Yeah, whale over there.
Channel mountainside.
There was quite a bit on the road getting up to here.
Well, that's Channel Mountains right there. It could have came pushed over. Yeah.
Well, it would have had to have pushed a lot of freaking dirt over the highway.
Oh, there was a lot of freaking water. I got pictures of my motorcycle all the way up to the handlebars under it.
Okay, won't argue that. So does this thing seem torquey or it's supposed to be?
Haven't really had to do anything to make it torque. Is it spider year or is that in the spring?
What?
Is the spider mountain migration in the fall or the spring?
Oh, hell, I don't even remember. One day you'll come outside and see tarantulas. That's all I know. They're everywhere.
Right.
All right, they're not absolutely everywhere, but they're easily noticeable.
A lot more of them in the Amagosa and Beatty area.
Yeah.
Big furry spiders.
Between 2 and 5 inches across. Well, leg span.
Right. How many centimeters is that?
Don't care.
Oh, we might have somebody from the other side of the world.
Okay, so 50 centimeters to 250 centimeters?
Are you guessing?
Approximately? Yes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're weird. We're the only country that doesn't actually use that system.
25 point something centimeters or millimeters. God, that's right. It's millimeters, not centimeters. These things were 10 times the size they were supposed to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded a little big.
Between 50 millimeters and 250 millimeters.
For a second, we had camel spiders.
Right?
We have their cousin.
They don't get all that big.
No, they don't, but people still trip out about them. Oh, they're camel spiders. No, no, it's not.
They're sun spiders.
They're very much smaller. Did you remember that line I sent last night from the book? From the book. It just cracked me up. I heard it last night and I was like, oh, that's freaking hilarious.
All I got is your argument that it's my fault that you fucked up your back.
That was on, oh, now you're going to make me get on my phone while I'm driving.
It's not like you're even handling the steering wheel all that much.
I didn't send it to you.
I mean, 5 miles per hour all day.
Kid gets home after all the fighting and everything else. He hasn't slept. He's talking about how he just wants to take a shower and go to sleep. And his wife's all, you're not done yet. He goes, what do you mean I'm not done yet? What do I need to do? Walk the hellhounds and clean out
All
the
that.
pterodactyl cages? I'm like, oh, that's funny. We just gotten off arc, so I was like, I was just doing that. That trailer looks like it's in better shape than mine is.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. No, we're not going to go hook to it.
Why not?
Yeah,
They're out of business right now. It's hard to give a BJ through a mask. Oh yeah.
Charlie's got a thing about railroads.
Just a little bit. Just a little one. Just a little. I'm waiting for that sticker to come off and this thing go fling. I just hope it doesn't go under a tire when it does it.
Well, your tires hang out so far, it's almost a guarantee.
I know. Probably be fine in that aluminum case. I'm worried about the screen though. We can get new filters for it, so. I do like those aluminum cases.
They have cured a bunch of problems that we've had with these things, so
Heat problems mostly, but yeah. Well, maybe one of these days I'll get a Jeep with AC. Turn the AC on to defrost. Steering is actually painful.
use your other hand.
That's for my stick. We should buy 80 acres. Is it far enough out of town?
It's probably far enough out of town.
80 acres and a D12.
You could probably do it with a D5.
Oh no, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it big. I need something big enough that we can weld a armored frame onto it.
You're an idiot.
Just in case.
He did that with a D7.
I know, but a D12 would be able to actually not burn the sucker up.
He didn't burn it up. He got stuck in a freaking basement.
Oh, I know that, but he was burning it up though.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't expecting to use it for more than a day.
There's 40 acres. I'd rather have the 80.
I'll take the bulk. I'll take 120 acres.
Like 120. You think they're side by side or are they spaced out? I wonder.
Probably side by side. Build little off-road trails.
I'll build a house on one end, you can build a house on the other.
Yeah. Great big rocky trails between them. The only way to get between them. Yeah, do I really want to go visit him? Of course, I like small cars too, so we really have to do some road improvements.
George building in Gronk drive there so you can take your small car and drive away, and I can get my motorcycle and drive away. 80 acres straight ahead, left on crust. Is that what it said?
I didn't actually pay
Or was
that
it Cast? It might have been Cast Street. put it out of city limits. That fence line is supposedly township limits.
Does that mean we can drill our own damn well?
Well, you can always drill your own well. It's just how much trouble you're going to get in when they catch you. Because you're stealing water. Build a big pond with a bunch of shallow stuff so we can go mudding. We'd have to bring mud in.
No, we didn't. We just take this fucking caliche out of here.
Oh, that's true.
Keep that shit wet. Hey, look, another 40 acres.
That's probably the same one. That one's cash or terms. Owner will carry.
Another 80 acres.
There's the same as 80 acres. And this must be cast road or whatever it is. There's 80 acres out there somewhere. I wonder if a 15-foot block wall would be out of
It is.
zoning. But there is no zoning.
If there's no zoning, there might not be an issue. I just want 8 razor wire.
Yeah.
Tank traps between it and the actual boundary.
Right. So this is 4 high. She seems to be pulling stuff pretty well. I'm not even getting on it. I'm at like 900 RPMs, which is where the cam's supposed to kick in at. 900 to 5,000, I think it was. So it's a large power band. 4 for quart horsepower. I just couldn't believe how much it changed the sound of the exhaust.
Well, the valves are opening further and staying open a lot longer.
Yeah. But something's loose under my feet. I feel it moving. I don't know if the transfer case is touching the bottom of the floorboard.
Transfer case is back here.
No, it's under my ass. It's quite literally under my ass. Right here's the bulge for the skid plate.
Okay.
Front drive line goes right between my feet. Just, you know, if that thing ever falls off, yeah, you know where the drive line's going. Because Katie's actually sitting behind the rear diff.
Yeah.
That's why she feels every little bump back there.
Magnified.
And we have no shocks.
That would be part of it.
We have shocks, they just don't do anything but stop the springs from kicking out. We're using the shocks as limiter straps.
Basically.
I can't believe the right one's still leaking though. Every day there's a little drop of freaking oil at work from it. Alright, normally this would be a 4 low. We're going to do this in 4 high, about 1,000 RPMs. See if she pulls a little better than usual. I like having brakes. Uh-oh. Yeah, we don't have 4 low. I don't have anything. you, something felt loose. Did it pop completely out?
Yes.
That's not good. Did we forget the spring?
What spring?
There should be a spring on there.
Well, there's no spring on there.
So we lost the spring then. All right. Is the spring sitting in the belly pan? I don't see it up here where I shifted.
I'm gonna need a screwdriver, Jerry. I gotta pump this linkage loop.
Oh, we're gonna find that spring.
The spring might not be in existence.
Well, then it's not gonna stay together.
Alright, I might have a screwdriver.
I have a screwdriver right here. It's a knot plier. Trying to put it back together, but oh no, the big rubber? No, that one. No, it's a spring. No, that was a boot off from my shop. A boot?
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, you get in there. You're a pain in my ass, aren't you?
No spring on the belly pan?
Get in there. I haven't seen a spring on the belly pan, though.
Well, without it, it's probably going to keep falling out. That's probably what I felt under my feet.
That's very possible, yes. This is annoying. Get in there. There it goes. Go. And that spring holds the
Tension against it.
Holds it against the transmission or against the body?
I don't remember. What you got there? Which way does it need to be held?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it can fall out being held against the transmission.
That's where I thought it played. I thought the spring
Yes,
went
it
on
can.
this
God
side.
damn it, yes, it can.
Did you just pop it out?
Yes.
Baling wire?
Gonna need to find some way to keep that thing centered.
That's why I was asking baling wire.
I don't know, maybe if I pry that,
That plate over.
yeah, that'll
I've had
keep
to do
it.
that before.
Well, then that's probably it. I don't know if this screwdriver's long enough to bend that steel, though. It's not.
Take me out to the desert. Take down my Jeep. Lead me out to die.
Yeah, well, it's already together.
Oh, we also have another Jeep with us.
which is sort of awesome. Try it. If I can get it in there. That was almost worked. No, that ain't gonna work. Maybe.
Baling wire and a hammer next to you.
I don't know what I could do with baling wire, Jerry, honestly.
I don't either. I was just saying.
Try not to break any wiring down here.
Right.
Then we'll really be stuck.
No, there's that. That's
That may have done it. Can't fall out that way. Can't really fall out that way. Just a little bit more, I think.
Will this help you any?
Probably would have to begin with, but at this point I'm almost done.
Okay.
Now I don't think it can go anywhere. Do me a favor, check shifting.
Two-wheel drive. 4 low or 4 high. That should be neutral. I usually can't get 4 low unless it's running, and I don't want to start it this year.
Okay. It doesn't look awesome.
It doesn't look awesome. Well, I've built that and rebuilt that like 16 times now.
Something to worry about when we get the thing home again.
Change it to a freaking cable.
I hate cables.
They're adjustable.
They're adjustable. Screw stick.
You stick those on your side.
Ow!
Look at that bit. I'm gonna turn into something like now. I'm gonna turn into a mangy animal.
So, the only difference is mangy?
Have I hit you with a hammer yet?
Not recently. Well, hello there. So I'm going to show you what I mean by not awesome. Okay, that plate of steel in there. Yeah. This plate is supposed to sit basically, well, almost an inch that over that way towards the transmission. Had to bend it out so this thing doesn't fall out one way or the other.
Like I said, I don't think that's the first time.
So we'll see what happens.
I'll fall out.
Guess all out. All right. Almost made it all the way up in 4 high.
Right. We almost didn't break down this trip.
We still haven't really broken down.
There's 4 low. It's always been a
Bitch to get into low.
yeah. It's not too bad. It's better than some of them. So on our way back, we gotta look for that spring.
I don't even know if I put the spring in there, Jerry.
Well, then we'll have to go to the old man's place and look for that spring. I know it was in there because I put it together. We got a major low range, which is nice. I don't have 2-wheel drive, I don't think. Yeah, that's neutral. I got 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. We'll have to fix that before we get to the blacktop. Because in 4-wheel drive with a locked rear end, it's a broken axle or drive line.
Can we adjust that rod a little bit?
Probably.
It's an odd adjuster too.
Uh-huh. Used to have a drop bracket. You think it's a pain in the butt now? You should have seen it with a drop bracket on it before I fixed that. That's why I did the belly up kit, because I couldn't keep the 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. I had a choice. I had 2-wheel drive and 4 high, or I had 4 high and 4 low. Kind of like what it's doing right now.
It's there.
Well, if it wasn't, we would have found out the hard way. Me, Kathy, and Ian almost drove off one like that. I think Grape was with us too. At night, I just stopped. I was like, this doesn't look right. And I stopped and we got out. I'm like, holy crap. That's before I had decent brakes. Now I have decent brakes. Yeah, before when we stopped up there, we would have slid down the hill. It's there.
It's there.
Waiting for Kathy and then they get a hill away from us instead of 2.
They said whether they're joining us next week or not.
I thought I sent that out in that post. Next Saturday. Because after that long trip, I want a day to rest before I go to Vegas. adjustable end on it, and that's it. That fixes it.
It's there.
Until it isn't. It's not over there though. low end torque. She started pulling instead of sputtering on that. We used to do this stuff, you could even look out the window and see.
Yeah, but you have a lot more tire and a lot more suspension.
And a lot longer. So if it nosed in, you didn't have to worry about the ass end flipping over as easy. I felt it in my shoulder and I felt it pull all the way down my back. But I was pulling that tire on the V and I didn't want to let go of it, so I just let it just keep going. Definitely pulls a little harder. Definitely missing water.
You're good.
I know.
You're also an idiot.
I know. There's a rope there somewhere. I'm sure of it. Are we having fun yet? Is there another Powerade back there, Katie? Katie, can I have a Powerade, please? She had her headphones in.
Okay.
Yes.
Blue. He obviously wants blue.
This one's broken. I need another one. The lid won't come off.
What are you listening to, kiddo?
Pop violinist.
Oh.
You're weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the entire spectrum of weird when it comes to music.
What did we lose? You guys still back there?
No, we're still here.
What's up? You know, if you take the wash to the right, it's easier than coming up this hill over here.
They're already up it.
No, we haven't hit it yet. Never mind, you're already past that point. told them if the road disappeared.
Yeah, they'd have come across us and we'd have been sitting on our nose or on our lid.
I'm gonna Katie drive from here on. It's easy, Katie. You just let the clutch out. That's it. That's it. Literally, just let the clutch out.
That's first gear.
This is how all first gears should be.
I'm not going to argue.
Well, so that means you need like a 6-speed, so you can actually go highway speeds. But you know. Some manual transmissions, you don't need to use the throttle. The Jeep's driving itself. At this speed, I'm fairly certain you'll be able to react fast enough to drive. Hey. We're just letting the Jeep drive.
Oh, okay.
I had Sean sticking his head out, making sure that the road was still there on those downhill ones.
Oh, okay.
This is about as fast as it'll go in 4-low first gear, KB. This is about as fast as it'll go in 4-low first gear.
Anything above this is just making more noise. See? About 4 miles an hour.
I'm going to 75 crawl.
Somebody slid off the road there. I bet that was butt crunching. I'm gonna go up the wash.
Looks like there's nothing up there. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like it pretty much stops right there. I don't know, that one we drove down was kind of like that.
I'd have been able to come up here.
Oh, that's a pain. That'd have been a pain in the butt.
Yeah, there's cactuses in the way.
I don't think we need 4-low anymore. Oh, seatbelt. Nope. I got it into 2-wheel drive.
So it doesn't need much adjusting.
I've been thinking about buying that cable kit for 10 years now.
What's cable kit cost?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up again. I haven't looked it up in forever. I could probably make that one I have work, but that's the full style. This one actually hooks to the shifter. It goes to the shifter, comes around, goes to the transmission, and then goes to the, or it goes to the bell housing, then goes to the transmission. Because these and XJs had a lot of issues with them. XJs because they flex. The body's flexed too much. Mine has some of that issue because I got a motor mount that's ripped out. Yeah, that's the easy road. Yeah. That's what I told her, but it was kind of late. Ian said when he went to the other one.
Well, there's a big hill between here and there, so it's probably different rain zones.
Yeah. He said the road was pretty washed out. Well, it might be washed out up here.
Could be.
It comes to the mountain, but this side didn't get too much of it. Came up here once. We actually made that road. There's a couple of tweakers passed out here in the car, in the truck. So I drove around them. I was amazed. Nobody said, well, did you check on them? I don't care. No. I'm not going to take them out of their high. They're where they want to be. I think it was like it came off the bottom of the ocean.
Definitely a fuzzy rock.
Yeah, it was an odd rock. Oh, my toe hurts. Oh. I flex my, you know how you run your foot, especially when you're trying to hold it in a spot, and it kind of cramps a little bit. I flex my toes to get away red from the cramp, and that toe's still broken. It hasn't gone away. It's still definitely.
Well, you'll get used to it eventually.
Well, it'll heal eventually. I just thought it was funny that about 3 days after I broke it, then a puncture hole was in it, so I think a chunk of bone came out. That's never a good thing. That might give me problems down the road. She's got more low end torque. I mean, not like super crazy. Do a snorkel with a big flow air box and probably fill it even better. Some headers. Because we know how much we love that exhaust, so we can just get rid of it. Put some headers on it. You're like, I'm all for it. Still got to bolt it to the manifold, but it won't be the same style. Unless I change the whole manifold. How do you make manifold headers for this? Probably not. They probably just bolt onto the manifold. Would be my guess. I really hate that design. Rear end ratchet. Something just moved on top of that hill. Straight across, see the 3 little Joshua trees down here, and then straight up, something on the top of that just moved over the ridge.
That was big enough to see a coyote or a cat.
No, I'm thinking it was a horse or a donkey. I think I've seen its butt. Yeah, there's a trail. You see the trail right there that they go up? Yeah, I bet you it's a horse or a donkey just walking away from the noisy Jeep. I told you I heard it. I wasn't joking. Actually, my titties were bouncing and it kind of hurt. I think the titties aren't that big. Okay, well, they're there. They're not bouncy and hurting me big. I might have another one of those springs. I rebuilt that a couple of times, and I might have had different springs and different things and ding-a-lings and my ding-a-ling. Good wholesome songs. But what do we do with the cover for that? I don't know. You took it off. Shit. That's not what I'm doing. I usually throw it in the seat. Is it under your ass?
It might be.
That's a good place for it. If I don't throw it in here. Hopefully I didn't set it on a fender. No, I lost that one in here, what was it, almost 2 months? I just pulled it and found it one day. Like, bing, here it is. I like this area up here. It's all narrow. This used to actually be really hard to get, well, not really hard, but Ian's Jeep had issues getting through it once. Ian's Jeep looks so nice now with that lift and the 33s. It almost looks perfect. You see it coming at you? It's just this skinny little tall. It's just squat enough. It just looks good. I want to get that 44 pulled apart and see what's wrong with it. Because I can probably get free parts for it. Because people are always pulling their 410s out of their stuff, putting lower gears in it. I just need to pull the cover off of it and see what's actually wrong with it. Supposedly it'll bolt right into Ian's Jeep. I was going to shift to first gear and I realized I was already there. Well, that's fresh poop. Looks like a lot of people turn around here, but this isn't near as bad as it used to be. There's the pony. Hey, Katie, pony.
Huh.
Pony.
Hose beast.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a pony. 8x zoom. Yeah, that's gonna look real good. Get my hands off there. That was a picture. It's a pony. It's a skinny pony.
Aren't they usually in groups?
Yeah, but that one doesn't look very healthy. Oh, it might be out here by itself.
Stall out your car.
Yeah, I didn't want to play the clutch too much because it's new. And, yeah. Because of that, I stalled out. And there's some Indian graffiti right up there. All right. You're right in the middle of the road, buddy.
Just does not give a truck.
Not give a truck at all. Oh, I can get a better picture of it now. Look, horse butt. I'm gonna take a picture of the horse butt. I'm gonna close up to the horse butt. Woo, horse
That
butt.
tail and take it down.
Big old horse butt. I think I know her. I'd honk the horn, but I don't have one. Beep beep. there's another one there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't have no food for you. I'm not allowed to feed you anyways. It's against the law. Oh, the other hose beast is drinking water. These are all wild grapes.
Look, another one.
They all look really super skinny this year. That's because they're overpopulated again. And BLM's not doing their job. I'll just go ahead and drive through that tree bush.
It's a vine.
I wonder if they see jeepers often and that's why they just don't give a trip.
I just don't think they give a truck. What are we gonna do?
Nothing on camera.
You can't do anything to them anyways. They don't taste very good. So they're real stringy. Especially right now, they look like they're about half starved to that. And that's why they're supposed to keep the population of them down lower, because there's not enough feed out here for them all. And if they're
That must mean more food for the coyotes.
well, yeah, but that means the natural animals that belong here don't get as much food, such as our deer and our elk population. Our elk population is down to like 4 or 5 now. When we were kids, you could actually get a elk license out here and hunt. We looked at doing it, and then we figured the elk out here would probably be pretty freaking tiny compared to elk and stuff.
There's the hide in the fucking grapes in there.
Yeah. Bird is the word. Oh, turn.
Not really
Oh,
turn.
I don't even have my front locker in. Okay, roll back. Thank you. I don't know why I get any gas. I'm at 4 low.
Have it?
Yeah. Just saying, it was not needed. See, we can just drive up there, disconnect the rear shocks, and make measurements. So you could probably tell by all the brush and the grapes, there's water here, which is why the horses are here. So when the other springs go dry, as Willer Pass spring is dry right now, and people's been filling the tank up, as you can see, the horses just move somewhere else where there's water. It's just weird. So now there's no two-wheel drive. I think it's because it's just, yeah. Really, as long as I can get in a 4-wheel drive, being able to get back to 2-wheel drive doesn't matter. I bet you it's just fine on the flats. But I bet you it's just because it's twisted one way or the other, so it's not shifting. I'll look in to see what that. I think Terraflex makes it. Ponies aren't looking so good this year, are they? Yeah, they were talking about doing another roundup, and then a bunch of people threw a fit, so BLM didn't do it. I think all the horses are going to starve to death this summer.
Figures.
Well, everybody says how inhumane it is to gather them, but look at them now. I mean, what's worse than starving to death? At least when the BLM gathers them up, they take care of them.
Exactly. You got all that to start. That's much more humane.
hate to see him like that. But I'm really happy with these Chinese tires. I'll have to say that, isn't it? I can't wait until we do some actual rock crawling with them. We've done a little bit, and it works pretty good. He's got a funny look from Sean. And Kathy's right behind us.
Truly, she took the rough road.
Yeah. She's more afraid of the downhill and the uphill and the off-camber stuff. The going through washes and stuff doesn't bother her. She's really afraid about downhill after the wreck. She's getting better. She's getting worse. Just depends on where her head's at on the day. We were just talking about that. I said, he goes, she followed us through the wash. And I was like, yeah, it's the downhill she doesn't like anymore.
Like it when the dirt's right outside her window either.
Oh, that's fine. You're not going nowhere. If you fall over, it's a few inches. It's not a big deal.
That's true.
Not even close to what we did in the snow that one day. I thought we were going to roll our Jeep. Oh. I really hope we get some snow this year. I want to go play. It doesn't normally get cold until Halloween night. Every year, it's like Halloween night's like the first day of winter or fall, depending on what state you're from.
We only have 2 seasons.
Flooding and not flooding. Oh, that was this year. Yeah, this is a bad flood here. Actually, the worst I've ever seen here. We had some good ones in Beatty. So do I need to stop so you can change your pants, or you good?
We're good to go.
Okay, I just thought I'd check. You're trying to blame it on the horses. I blame it on your roots. Cat, did you want to try to squeeze through the trees or turn around up here?
Probably turn around.
Yeah, if I remember, her Jeep doesn't make it very far into the trees. We're gonna probably just get up into the trees. We got some shade and take a little break, huh?
Okay, sounds good.
Oh. The back side of that rock was a bigger hole than the front side showed. Well, some water's been down here, but not a lot. Not like it thought it would be. Or this just gets a lot of quads up it. If you can do it, you can get up the side of this hill and almost drop down into the other side, but Kathy's Jeep won't make it through the trees without a chainsaw, so.
Well, that won't make it. The Bronco won't.
Right?
Wider.
Yeah, well, hers is lengthwise. She's got a, last time we had a wedger, and I actually rubbed the top of her hard top on her limb just to get her out. So we don't want to get into that, but we're going to go up into the trees where there's some shade and take us a little breaky break. Enjoy being out of the house.
I still have to make a map for Tuesday.
Sean still has to make a map for Tuesday. I'm gonna have to buy some more ibuprofen and put it in here. My other bottle blew up. And then it looked like it got wet because everything was bad, really bad.
Make sure you get tablets, not caplets.
Yeah. All the tablets, they just got fucking seatbelts. Ouch. I have a feeling my shoulder's going to give me a problem all week long while I'm driving. At least I won't be getting jerked around in the seatbelt. So we're going to be doing mild trail runs for the next couple months probably.
Yeah.
Because this right now is my primary transportation to work. So we're going to try not to beat it up and save money. Get the transmission in my truck. Get that Dakota registered so we can drive it. Let's see where this goes.
This way.
Is it an actual road? I can't tell.
Looks like it goes up there.
We're gonna go this way. I don't think I've ever been up here, so let's check it out. It's a tiny little road, and maybe it'll get us up a little higher and a little cooler before we take our break. Because we know the Jeep is too long to go up the other way too much farther. I think we spent almost an hour getting poor Kathy out of there the last time.
I remember that.
I know. Make sure they know.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, stop back there. This looks like a quad trail. through there.
Okay, we're gonna turn around here.
Too much tire, not enough engine. Now I got just enough gears.
Mechanical advantage.
Yep. Try not to fall off on that side. I should probably change gears and go forward, huh?
I was wondering if you were going to. Juniper berries.
You can smell them. Smell the sage. She's got her back lights on. She don't want nobody to run into the butt end of her. No. Yeah, it turned into a quad trail real quick.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was going to have to do a 3-point turn around the tree to get around it. So I was like, nope.
I did a 6-point to turn around.
Well, I think we did too, but that was just to stay on the trail because it came around and then went like that.
And then it turned
Hey,
back.
Sean, you know who I think of every time I got to do multiple point turns? Your dad and the mine. Remember?
Well, there's no real choice in that. That's is what it is.
I know, but I still
And
remember your dad.
He
fondly.
yeah, he hated turning that thing around
I know.
to the point where he would ram the rib and then back up and ram the rib on the other side just so he could make it in 3 points instead of 5.
Yep. Well, then we want to stop and snack, or
We're going to go up a little farther.
okay.
Like I said, I want to see if we can find something with some shade. Right turn, Clyde. This is why I like shorter wheelbase. The narrow, sometimes it hinders you though, especially when you're trying to climb stuff. Flat rocks always make me look at them to see if we got any scratching on them. is all about getting the first gear.
Powertrain isn't anything new. Can't do anything about it.
That one's gonna stay there, huh?
Yeah.
The tree looks pretty alive. It looked like somebody just cut it to get it out of the way. Right up here somewhere, Ian had a winch. I think it was in this road. He hit this wash just right and popped it in two-wheel drive, and we couldn't get it back in a four-wheel drive. I think it was right like when we first put the winch on it too. I had to teach him how to winch to sagebrush.
Down low.
Take your tow strap and wrap it through like 6 different brush, and then pull it all together in the center. Not all the brush nuts in. This is where the whole bear moment came into play. Right? You know how we always talk about having a bear attack? This is where the brown bear attacked for the first time. That was the time when Ian took the top off of his Jeep and then it freaking held on us up here. That was cool. But it looked like it might rain, and then we got up here and it rained for a little bit, and then hail started coming down. It was like, oh, of course, I took my top off. First time in 20 years. All he had was that old wool blanket to throw over his head.
Those blankets are pretty damn good.
Yeah, they smell funny though. It's like they have to get set in the truck for 20 years or dry, and then all of a sudden you get them nice and wet. I don't know why they didn't just go. Just saying.
We like winding roads.
Okay, we're gonna go that way first. One thing about being locked is it pushes now a lot more than it used to. Look, trees! See, we got little trees in Nevada. We got some big ones up in the other area, so. Look at that. Not even a Charlie Brown tree. Bless you. Must be allergic to Christmas trees. They're dead for a very long time. I think our first time up here we had lunch next to it. came at me. See it? I caught the stick to the front tire and it came up and hit the mirror.
We don't need to go any further. This is where Kathy got stuck.
Oh, way up here. Kathy got stuck. This is about where we're going to take our break. Somewhere around here. But no, it's way up here. Kathy got stuck. You'll know when we get in the trees because there's a sharp left that has a hill that it drops in. And that's where everything starts to get tight. And I think there's a spot right before that where everybody else turns around. I turned the steering wheel, but we didn't turn.
That tree is about as acceptable as we're going to get.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Dang. Go this way. Around this dead tree. That doesn't work. Smells like sage. See you later. Well, we had a snack, had stuff to drink. Now we're gonna head back home. I'll put Sean in the bush. Sean in the bush is better than two in the hand. Sean in the bush is. Sean in the hand is better than two in the bush.
Sean probably just wants to be in a bush, considering how many he threw at me.
Those are trees.
Squeaky Jeep.
Squeaky Jeep. Guys moving?
It stopped you.
You guys moving?
We are.
Ready for a CB upgrade, but I don't know what I want to put in here. I think when I get the roll cage, I'll put it up here. It'll have the two bars that come through here, tying into the center. Big bush that I probably should have missed. At least there's no big rock hiding in it. And then I'll put it up here. It'll be easier to hear. No hitting the dead tree. Does your right arm still give you problems on your bicep?
Not
Tightens
really.
up once in a while?
Yeah, I can feel it, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's what mine does too. It just tightens up. It doesn't stop me from using it. It's just I start using it and then it tightens up. We'll go right in and up. And down. Yeah, we get the cherry tube running. We'll have to buy a whole nother set of cameras. And then I'll really have to start editing video because I'll have multiple vehicles to edit for. That'll be fun.
Discarding most of the video after that. You're like, nope, this is boring, this is boring. Hey, this starts to get interesting.
Then when we do interesting things, it'll be two vehicles doing it, so a little bit more action time. Oh, I found that other video that we were missing.
Okay.
They were on the 256 cards. We swapped cards at some point, and I never pulled that video off.
Battletech video?
Yep.
That's why we were short one?
Yeah, that's why we were short one. Because when I went through the 256 stuff in for Tuesday, because I forgot to bring the cards, I must have done that at another time too, and for whatever reason, I missed the videos on the cards. Because when I went to do the other video, half of it was on one of the 256s. But the other half, I don't know what happened to it. So it must have been a Tuesday after we made those two, because I had the two.
Keep throwing juniper berries at me.
Yeah, they're natural. It's okay if they're natural.
So's oleander.
No? And your point?
Oleander's poisonous as fuck.
Okay, so it's poison ivy. So there's a lot of them out there that are poisonous. We don't have many of them here though. You can actually eat juniper. Well, you can make a tea out of it, can't you?
They take the berries and they squeeze them. Granted, you really have to fucking squeeze them. And then they ferment it into gin.
Oh, that's right. Just proof they'll make alcohol out of anything. Juniper gin. That sounds awful.
That's where gin comes from.
Juniper. It always came from junipers?
Yep.
That don't sound right. Well, I've never drank it, so I'm assuming it's awful. It just doesn't seem like a berry I'd want to eat. I won't eat it when it's drunk. Right, just like cheese. out there should have been a road there. This looks like there's another canyon there, so it looks like there should have been a road there. Chuck said that when they do headers, because he had headers on that Cherokee, he takes and links all two sensors and puts them back there by the muffler, before the muffler. Then it doesn't throw a check engine light. Because for him not having the Cadillac converters on that. You know the bad thing about summer coming to the end? I gotta put those dang doors back on. I hate those doors. What's that?
It was an inadvertent elbow.
Well, at least it was the horn and not your jaw. And that's why I took the switch with these and put them up there instead of down here. Those two were just pushed. Well, the third one wasn't pushed, so the air compressor didn't come on. Breathe! Breathe! It's all fun and games till the airbag slaps me in the face. So what do you think of that tablet? Oh, I'm sorry, the stereo.
It's a radio.
It's kind of cool. I just like that it links to the ECM and shows them all the information.
All of them do that now. That's something special.
I think that was cool. Not a lot of the aftermarket aftermarket ones do that. A lot of the factory ones are doing that now. It's an info system instead of just a stereo. The new Toyota's got a cockpit. It's got the big separated center console in it. It's got a big info system, and then it's got digital gauges, which I'm not a big fan of on a 4x4. But I mean, it just looks like a cockpit. It's just everything there and all the switches.
That old bullet back Buick.
Yeah.
Even the radio was facing the driver. It had a big center divider in there.
Yeah. That's kind of how this looks. That's what made me think of the cockpit. And the cockpit put into it, because everything's facing the driver. I seen one driving once, and the whole side of it was smashed pretty bad.
I saw one in Utah once, or sorry, in Amarillo. Why did I say Utah?
I don't know.
And there was one at the Integrity Chrysler Plymouth dealership I was working at.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one I was talking about used to be up at that storage place by the sheriff's department. Just before the sheriff's department on the left-hand side. I've seen it drive around in town a couple times, but it had a huge crease in the passenger rear from like the back of the door all the way back to the tail lights. Like somebody sideswiped it. Or they sideswiped something, who knows. Somebody was probably drunk.
I like those big old Buicks.
I like all those boats.
The big old land yachts.
I just like the station wagons better.
I know. But that bullet back is still a good looking car.
Oh yeah, it is, definitely. Not disagreeing at all.
They put that big old 455 Buick in there, BOP. Which apparently was not such a good motor.
No, it wasn't.
Everybody says it wasn't a good motor, but
The Rocket, though, the 350 Rocket was a good motor.
I'm not a big fan of small blocks in a yacht like that.
Yeah. That's what my 76 yacht had, a 350 Rocket, and that thing was crazy. Put air shocks on the back, put big studded snow tires on it, and that thing went everywhere. The only bad thing is when we jacked that up, that front end went down, and it had that huge center valley, the cross member. That was like that freaking bar. Yeah. Holy crap! When you bottomed that thing out, it sounded like you shot something. It was so loud when it would bottom out. Crack! The car wouldn't even know.
I welded a fucking connecting rod to one of those.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Through the side of the block and then fucking welded itself to the cable.
That's funny. I welded one in the 84 Dodge to the holder mount. I made it real fun trying to pull that engine out, I bet. Drop that truck off. We were supposed to have it done before I moved here, and of course it didn't get done for a long time. And then that engine blew up on the way here, so we had to do it again. But I went there to check on it, and they've been there for like 3 weeks, and they still hadn't gotten the engine out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He goes, yeah, we need to take an auction and set it into that and cut it off, but it's pretty thick. We just haven't had time to do it. I'm like, what? And I looked at him like, holy crap, I didn't even know I did that. He goes, yeah, it's welded to it. It's not going nowhere. You can see where they'd been beating on it and trying to break it loose, and it was staying right where it was. It punched itself all the way through into the rubber and everything. It melted in.
I'll get something like that, put a Cummins under the hood, 24 valve, so it's quiet.
I don't care about quiet.
I do. I mean, something like that, the entire purpose is comfort, Jerry. Loud is not comfortable.
Stack right out the hood off sequential turbos. About 1,200 foot-pounds of torque.
I like the 24 valve. She's quiet. Let's see if these beasts are in the road again.
We'll just get a 6.7 then.
6.7 is power stroke.
No.
Ford.
Oh, the 6.7 is the new Cummins.
Okay. Said 24 valve, common rail injection.
Yeah. From a 06 or
It doesn't seem to pop quite as much, which is nice.
yeah.
Can you have some grapes
When I let the clutch out, you mean? Or when I have it in?
when you're revving it like that? It doesn't seem to pop quite as much.
Yeah. Well, we probably had
There's
it.
a hose beast.
Yeah.
And another hose beast.
There's that.
And another hose
There's that
beast.
yearling right there. Oh, there's two of them.
I saw 3 of them.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, I saw the
yearling.
2. Oh, there's 3 there.
Yeah. Well, that's the yearling she was talking about. See, sometimes all you gotta do is play the clutch. Oh, I made a bunch of noise.
Now you pissed off 3 of them. There's horse 4 and horse 5 and horse 6.
Come on! Come on, little ones! Like, we're here for the water. Ooh, that was a challenge. I thought we were going to get to see a horse fight. He was like, no, this is mine. That's a young male, too.
And the other 4.
All right, now Jerry's going to drive. There we go. Got over that rock. Little walk out front. Man, I bet there's some.
on this rock.
Yeah, I know.
Coming down.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I should have been over just a little bit more.
You're rubbing the sidewalk. So yeah.
I thought I had it right, but I'm trying not to hit this. This is a sharp little fucker right
There's
there.
a painted lady trying to come in.
Huh?
Butterfly. Butterfly.
Just be playing the clutch. Or you can put it for low and just crawl it. You know, we'll probably fix that mirror. I don't think there's anything else for me to hit. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Up. Yeah, that looks good. I'm not saying up Katie's nose no more. Or it was your nose. I'm not really sure which it was.
If you can't tell the difference, you don't have eyes.
Well, how do you know she doesn't have a caterpillar on her lip right now?
No caterpillar.
It jumped.
caterpillar.
Yep.
A gray jumping caterpillar.
Yeah. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, hey, we had fun. Like I said, it was a short run. We've done multiple times. I don't need anything out of there. And we enjoy it. It's just nice and short. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
T-shirt blocking me from getting to your
Yeah.